This is going to be a warning, you guys. I'm going to get into it real quick and tell you what happened and what's happening. I always say, watch the moves that are trying to move you. Sometimes you got to look at situations in chaos and conflict from a spiritual perspective. And stop looking at it from that outer perspective. Okay? Because everything needs to feed. Everything needs to eat, to grow, to get strong, and to multiply. Let me see. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. There's a certain particular energy. And I'm not talking about her because it's facts is facts. Facts is facts. In her backyard, and I'm talking about your physical backyard, she has grown nothing and fed nothing but conflict, anger, jealousy, envy. You know, we got the 7 deadly sins. You have to feed those 7 deadly sins in order for them to grow, right? In order for them to get strong. Because the enemy, he doesn't have any power on this realm in our physical body. So he have to feed through your thoughts that get you caught. So what you think about is what you're going to bring about. And I say it all the time, right? Check me. You're going to be tested, and we're being tested to your core. Whatever's been your seducement is what I mean. If you used to have a problem with sex, you're being tested with that. You're going to find out you got a lot of seducing spirits in your life. And sometimes some seducing spirits come through physical form, right? You may notice a lot of people are provoking you, invoking you, as far as that sex addict problem that you have, or that you did have, and you had got some self-control, got some balance, got therapy, all that good shit, right? Check me. If you got an alcohol problem and you haven't been drinking, that was your seducement, right? Anger. If you always had an anger issue and you fell into it every time, but you didn't balance that out, you're going to notice you're going to be seduced, provoked, and evoked into anger. Okay. Stealing. Basically just going back to your old ways in the old days. And the reason why I'm saying this is because what happens is energy has to feed. Everything has to feed. Anger has to feed. So in order to get you to feed, I'm going to have to provoke you, invoke you. So if I can get you to match it, then I can come on over in your energy and start moving your shit. See, start moving the things that you're trying to do. I want to distract you from your goals because I need to suck that out. I need to get these entities and these demon spirits over into your lane. And the only way I can do that is to continue to provoke your anger. I want you to get angry, or I want you to go back into being a sex addict, or I want you to go back into being an alcoholic, because once you do that, then you open up the door. Okay? So I had a situation at work. Check this out. I told associate of mine, I said, every time I talk to this particular person, stuff starts to happen. She brings in conflict, chaos, envy, jealousy. It just brings it in. Right? And so anyway, this particular person called me. I haven't spoken to her in about probably a year. Probably in a year. But I had just said that every time she comes, every time it pops off. It does. So make a long story short, now my seducement is my mouth. That's what my problem. That's what I used to have a problem with. Nobody could say anything foul to me or out the way or either slick, because I can read between lines real good. Anything, I had a response or I reacted to it. So Father knows that is my core weakness, right? And I'm gonna upload the videos because I videotaped it. So anyway, make a long story short, I get to work. It's this one dude that lives in his van. You could tell he's a Nazi. You got racism, but I use the word bigot. Bigot and racism is kind of the same thing, but bigot fits in more better. And I've never even said anything to him. For some reason, he just attached himself. Like if I'm doing my job or I'm explaining something to somebody, he always used to jump in it and say, that's not the right, all that kind of stuff. That's not the right way. So make a long story short, now he's suspended from the library. So he can't come to any library in California. Okay, so now he wants to park his van in front of the library on the sidewalk, right? And so he had brought some trash on the sidewalk. I mean to the library, and I told him, you trespassing, you can't come on here. You guys, he went off yesterday for 3.5 hours with maybe 15, 20-minute interviews, okay? He rested, got on his bike, he left and left his van because he know when the police come, he know that the police is not going to come if he's not there. So he played that game all day. I mean, he was saying some nasty words. I mean, he was just going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, right? And I was just standing there looking at him. And I didn't respond to it. And I didn't react to it. I didn't have no emotion about it. And it's sad to say because I'm looking at him like, to me, when you argue with a person, you let them know they worthy of something. That's just my personal opinion. When you argue with a person and respond to somebody, you just let them know that they own to something or they worthy of something. Period. That's just how I feel about it. And he being, and don't get this wrong, the white man Nazi or the white man bigot, I mean, dude, you're not getting none of my energy. And that's just the way I seen it. Because you have to look at it like this. We didn't get into a conflict. You brought the conflict over to me. And you feeling like since I'm a black woman and we got mouths and we pop, we react. Yes, we do. We do. A lot of us need to still get that shit under control. Like my daughter, I'll be working with her all the time. Look, because you got to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is from the spiritual perspective. These entities is trying to sink their shit in to get in, okay, to turn your ass inside out. This is what you got to start looking at. That's the biggest perspective. It's not about you letting somebody talk to you any kind of way, or you're not just gonna play me or talk about me, I'm gonna check you. It's not about that. It took me 10 years to learn that. So I was being tested yesterday, but I'm telling you, I didn't have no reaction. The only thing I thought about was, Lord, please don't let my sons come up here, because they was bringing me lunch and this man is going off. Okay. Because my sons work down in that area. All of them take lunch together. Because they would have heard him. I'm telling you, they would have beat his ass. They would have. They would have beat him. But he would have ran in his van anyway, because that's what he does. Anytime he see any black man, he thinks that I didn't call somebody. That used to be me back in the day, is call somebody. I would do that. He's very lucky that we not back in the day. I'm so serious. He's lucky that we're not back in the day, because I would have done that. Because your consistency and the frequency of you chomping at me and coming at me has been almost a year. You've been doing this? Yeah, it'd have been well deserved. You feel me? So anyway, so my point is this. So meditate, and Spirit said, don't react. Don't feed it. He said, don't feed it. Okay? It. I'm listening to the words it. I'm not looking at the person that's chomping off of his mouth and talking all that stupid stuff. He said it. Because like I said, every time I talk to this particular person, my energy tries to shift. It does shift, because what happens is, just by me talking to her and she's telling me the issues that's going on in her life, that energy comes over here and then it shifts into my environment, and then it brings me conflict. Although I'm not conflicting with nobody, but it still brings it there for me to be tested. Okay. So that's my point. So my point is, Father said, don't feed it. I'm not going to feed it. Because if I feed it, it's over. Okay. And he means don't feed it as far as responding to him. Don't feed it as far as getting somebody to whoop that ass. You understand? Don't feed it. But what I am, this is what I am doing. I'm gathering all the paperwork and the incident reports we have, and I'm gonna file a restraining order on him. So this is what I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna do the paperwork. I'm gonna file a restraining order on him. And then what I'm gonna do is, like the officer said, when he get to popping off with all that, because it's a such thing as freedom of speech. See, but once you get consistently with something, once you do something consistently over and over, it turns. It's no longer freedom of speech. It's no longer freedom of speech. That goes into harassment, stalking, bullying, and some more shit. So it shifts into something else. That's what he don't know. This is why I was breaking down notes. Hold on. That's why I was taking notes of his how consistent he was yesterday, which he's so silly, and the frequency of what he was doing. Because now it's no longer freedom of speech. And I hope he goes off today again. Because this time I'm videotaping for the YouTube. Okay. But anyway, so what I'm saying to you, you got to watch whatever your weakness is. You got to keep an eye on yourself and observe yourself. So what happens is sometimes energy will bring conflict in for you to conflict with other people because they don't want you to see what's about to happen with your adult children or your kids, because they want you to be distracted, or they don't want you to continue to focus on your project or your homework or the business. Okay, because if you're over here dealing with somebody because they said something or talking about you, I mean, if you really look at it from the spiritual perspective, what is that entity trying to do? What is the goal of the entity? So I'm going to seduce you. Then after I seduce you, it's going to reduce you. Do you see what I'm saying? They want to seduce to reduce, and that's it. So I had to get this off my chest and put it to rest, because I don't come on and say stuff like this sometimes when stuff is going on. But Spirit said, yeah, you need to tell them, because it's happening all over. It's happening all over, and you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So that's why I don't entertain like these young girls in their 20s. Let's talk about them real quick. I have a 30-year-old now. She just turned 30. I don't entertain 20-year-olds. Not this generation. I don't give them advice. I don't try to advise them, wise them, exercise them. None of that. None of it. Because a lot of them think they know more than you. A lot of them think we don't have a clue, but they really the glue. You get what I'm saying? They don't get it. Me and my daughter, I told her to sit her ass down. I had to tell her, sit your ass down somewhere. She been rolling since July the 4th. July the 4th, she had June the 22nd was her birthday. So she partied all that weekend. Then that next week she caught COVID. So she had to sit out. Soon as that COVID was over, here she go hitting it again. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I told her, I said, sit your ass down. I said, when we was rocking and rolling like that, Sunday was our rest day. You have us want to party on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday was our rest day, because we got to get it together and pull it together to go back to work. We didn't do all that. We want to just party, party, party. I told her, sit your ass down. So she got mad at me, hung up the phone. I'm grown. No, you're not grown, because you're not making responsible decisions. Your decisions and your actions is not responsible. They're not adult. No, you're not. So this is why I'm telling you. I don't care what your age is. We're looking at what the page is. You feel me? So check me. So she calls me up, you guys, Sunday morning. Wow. Mm-hmm. My car got towed. Okay. Your car got towed. Right? I said, why did your car get towed? Well, I went to party. I said, didn't I tell you to sit your ass down? Well, they got a 3-day pass where you can get your car out, and the 3-day pass. And I said, let me explain something to you real quick. First of all, you parked where it said no towing. So you must have been drinking before you went to the club. That's how I got it right there. Bam. Right? Secondly, you have to have your insurance up to date and your registration, and you have neither. I've been watching you run around, because I watch my adult children, what they doing. I watch them still. Although they don't live in the house, I watch them. I keep watching you running around and you just going and party and party. That's because that's who she's hanging with. She's hanging with a 35-year-old who's on Section 8 that does drugs and that's not doing nothing with herself. And this is who you keep hanging with? And that's all she do is party. So now I got to look into something else, see what the hell is going on with you, because your decisions is irresponsible, and I'm not liking it, because she's been in my pockets a lot. Because I told her this week, I'm not giving you shit. Y'all gonna stay out my pockets. I'm sick of y'all. I can't even go get my damn nails done. Oh, I need gas money to go to work, because, and like I told her, the reason we got into, I said, but your ass can take your ass downtown. You can take your ass to LA, but the next week you working power. You don't have money for gas. What the hell are you talking about? So I told her this week before she even got started. I said, let me explain something to you. I'm not giving you no more money. You're gonna learn how to manage your money. You get child support as well. You're not gonna be in my pockets. I'm not doing it. So she didn't go to Marina Valley, right? So make a long story short, she went in to go check on her car and see what's going on. She calling me back. I said, I don't know what you're calling me for. And you guys, I got the money to give it to her. I got the $3.99 to get it out. I'm not giving it to her because I told you to sit your ass down. I'm not giving her not one red cent. Figure that shit out. Because if I give it to her, she gonna do it again. Nope, I'm not doing it. She hate calling her dad. Call your daddy, because I'm not doing it. Right. So anyway, my point is to this is, the veil is open. I'm telling you, they have to feed. Anger is a real person. You have to look at it like that. Anger, all that, whatever your weakness is. I don't know what people's weak, but whatever your weakness is, watch that sucker, because you're gonna be seduced and you're gonna be provoked this week, and they're trying to invoke something, and these are the dark energies. It's not about a particular person, place, or thing. That's what people get it twisted. It's not about the person, place, or the thing. It's about the it behind all that shit. Okay, they trying to, it's a distraction. It's almost like I work with the homelessness real quick. The homeless. Everybody assumes just because somebody is little or skinny they on drugs. No, half the time, like the lady said, she don't eat because she don't have nowhere to use the bathroom because she live in her car. So she eats light, so she won't have to go to the bathroom or urinate, right? She said her rent went up $360. No, it was not 300. It was only $200. Her rent went up $200, right, here in California. She said she couldn't afford it, but she couldn't afford to leave either. You know what I mean? So she just started living in her car. She still have her job and everything, and but most of the time, a lot of that homeless stuff come from because they raising the rent. Now look, they raising the rent because the homeless situation is simple. Some of it is simple, and it's a lot of pieces to it. But one simple thing is to do is lower the damn rent across the United States. Stop raising the damn rent. Take that shit back. I don't know if it got something to do with these foreign countries. The reason everything has to be raised, I don't know, but take that shit back. Scale it back. Rent in California for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath used to be $625. My mother still pays that. And she's not on no rental assistance, Section 8, none of no program. Her 3-bedroom, she was the first one in it. The landlord said that if they have something in the policy, if the first tenant is in it, they cannot raise the rent, especially if they don't move out. That's what he says. And she pays $625 for the 2-bath, and a garage. In the 80s, that's how much the rent was. So anyway, my point is they raising the rent, and then what you have to do, you got to go back to school, right? School costs, you get them grants and loans because you want the skills to pay the bills, right? So it all works within itself. We raise the rent. A lot of people gonna start going back to school or going to get a second degree and don't even have, you see what I'm saying? So it all plays. Just like the weed stores. They got the weed stores and they got weed legal in certain places. That's to keep motherfuckers in the days. People don't see it. Keep your ass in the days. I keep you in the daze. You lose your. I keep you in that daze, dizzy, half asleep and half woke energy. There's something to that shit too. See what I'm saying? There's something to that too. So when I say I don't talk to young folks, because I got enough issues with my daughter. I'm still rearing her. She's still learning. She can't keep a job. She cannot. I don't give a damn. She cannot keep a job. I told her you need to get out that field. It's time for you to change fields, change lanes. So I have to tell her when to change lanes. I have to tell her. And I'm asking her, what the hell are you doing at the jobs? What's going on? Mom, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not doing that. What the hell? So I'm keeping an eye on that situation. I'm tracking that. Okay. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I am proud of myself because the situation that happened yesterday, ain't no way in the hell he'd have called me 2 years ago. I'm telling you. Mouth almighty. Walking up mouth almighty. Especially with a man. And excuse me for this term, especially a white man, you ain't cussing me out. You done lost your damn mind. That was a trigger for me for a white man to cuss me out. Oh my God. Oh no. But yesterday I'm looking at the situation like, what is going on here? I don't talk to this person, don't even walk around, don't even walk by this person. All of a sudden he just chopping, chopping, chopping. Oh, okay, y'all trying to get me to go. Okay. Spirit, you trying to get me to go. Yeah, them dark forces trying to get me to go, baby. And to my surprise, the shit he was saying, I was like, I'm not going about to go back and forth with you. You ain't even worthy or worth it. You got an end game. There's a goal. I don't know if you're trying to get me to pop off because you want to shoot a sister. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the pieces that's being placed on the table. Like, wait a minute, because it's weird. It's very strange, right? Because especially if you don't be around a person and there's no conversation, you got to work with them. You know what I'm saying? Live with them or nothing. It's just out the blue. There's something that he wants. It's something you want from me, but you're gonna make it seem like you cussing me out and telling me about myself, but it's really something you want from me. And I'm not going to give it to him. There's no way in the hell. You live in your van by yourself. You should be somewhere with a wife, but you can't keep a woman. So I don't know what that problem is. So you got a lot of issues I see right now. You was in the Marines and shit. I don't know what you're trying to do. So you guys, I just stare at him. I just look at him. I keep it pushing. I just look at him. I did call the police a couple of times. Got the police reports going. You know what I'm saying? My daughter knows a friend, so he an officer in that area. So he came by and told me this is what you do, how you do that. You can get a restraining order on somebody's mouth. Y'all didn't know that, did you? You can get a restraining order on somebody's mouth. Not just the restraining order is not about physical harm or somebody got to touch you. It's the frequency and the consistency of what they're doing with that mouth. So he don't know he about to get a restraining order on that mouth. So as soon as he pop off again, because he has no self-control, because he has impulse issues, you can tell there's something wrong. See, I got to put the paperwork in and then he'll get arrested. See, I got bigger plans for him. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to look at the intent, frequency, and how consistent this shit is. Somebody can pop off on you and do freedom of speech, but if they consistently do that shit and keep talking about that and keep talking about you and tearing you up and down and trying to spin you around, that's bullying, stalking, harassment, the whole nine. That's exactly what it is. Okay. So, but anyway, so you calling me stupid. Oh, okay. All right. And this was sad because I was talking to my son yesterday. And then here he go. He popped off because I didn't tell my sons what's going on. I didn't tell my boys what's going on. See, that's the pleasure of me knowing I'm staring at him. Boy, you just have no idea, do you? You have no idea. No idea. No idea in the world. So that's why I'm able to sit back like that. You understand what I'm saying? But my son heard him. And my son was like, Mom, send me, Mom. I said, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm seeing you no pictures and none of that shit. Nah. No. Not time for that. No, we're not going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. I don't like involving my kids and getting my adult children involved in shit. Nope. Because right now, like I told them, the energy is shitty. because he meditates. He knew what time it is. I told him, I said, look into it. You see, it's trying to evoke you. It's trying to provoke you, because I'm trying to figure out. You call me all the time. All of a sudden, he goes off when you're on the phone. I said, it's them entities trying to provoke you. You come down here and whoop-de-whoop, then your ass can fuck around and get locked up. You see what I'm saying? Or shot, one of the two. Because that's where the energy is. No, we're not doing that, son. Sometimes you got to play it down, lay it down, fall back, Jack, and let them Negroes have that tack. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do that, because he got real angry. No, no, hell no. Son, no. So he called me last night. He said, you're right. I looked into something. I said, with your third eye? He said, yeah, you're right. I said, yeah. Because the number one thing, no male adult want to hear another male adult cuss out their mother. That's the perfect play card for demons. Don't want to hear that shit. Any man in their right mind hear another male cussing out their mama, oh, you already know what's happening. It's Jack in the Box time. The Jack in the Box. Yes, Jack in the Box time. You understand? And me knowing what time it is, no, we're not doing that, son. No, 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 no. You see what I'm saying? My kids ain't catching no records, no jackets, none of that shit. We're going to let him talk his shit. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sit and let him sit in his shit and talk his shit, and I'm going to swallow my spit. That's what we're going to do. All right, I'm out. This is FREEDA D. I got to go to work. Anything happen today, I'll let y'all know. I'm going to record it, and so we can see it in real life form. I'm just speaking on this is because this is what happens when folks is trying to get you to go back down. They want to seduce you, to reduce you, and lie time. This is what demons do. They have to use vessels to do it, though. They have to use the weak of the sheep to do it. And I'm experiencing this in my face. So Father's testing me again, but I guarantee I'm gonna pass this time. I'm gonna pass this with flying rainbow colors. You understand me? We're gonna have the rainbow. All right, you guys. Y'all have a good one. Talk to you later. Watch yourselves. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't look at the comments. I'm so sorry. I did not look at the comments. How you guys doing? I was looking up. I need my glasses, Jesus. Brazy, thank you. Is that Butterfly? Oh, Buddy? I need my glasses. Thank you, baby. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? So, just watch yourselves, please, because, baby, it's on. It's the war is here. It's on. All right? Thank you, guys.